you doing, everybody? Welcome back to Serene Madness. Today I'm going to show you my new Persian style custom fighting knife I just had made. I didn't make it myself. A friend of mine made it, and he hails from Pakistan. Yes, I know what you're going to say about Pakistani knives and their crap, but yeah, for the most part, I think Pakistani knives quality isn't the best. They're great looking knives, well, some of them, but the quality isn't that great. But my experience has not been that way. I've actually had good experience. So like I said, my friend from Pakistan made this, and you know, some people just need to give these guys and other knife makers a chance. There are mass-produced Pakistani knives, and generally those are crap. These are the knives that are put out by the dozens, the hundreds, probably the thousands, and they're sold in markets, and they're sold to foreigners. But the upside is that these guys are hardworking. They're very hardworking, and they're just trying to do it to make money for to support their families. So that in itself is a noble cause. And a lot of these guys are really good craftsmen. A lot of them actually are pretty good. You know, they got skills, because that's what they do. They do it, and they do it well. They'll pick one thing. Okay, this guy specializes in forging. That's all he does. So he does it pretty good. You know, he does it very well, actually. So I'll show you the knife. What I wanted to do is, I really like this guy, and I think he deserves some props. He is a custom knife maker in Pakistan, and he's very hardworking. He's very professional, and he's very nice. And he will make you exactly what you want to spec. I mean, exactly. You'd give him a picture, a photo, you draw him something, and he will give you exactly what you show him. His prices are really good. They're low, because these guys just want to make money. They want to make, like everybody wants to make money, but these guys do it for their families, and that is commendable, and that's what I want to support. I want to support that. And you know, not all Pakistanis are bad and evil and terrorists and all that. That's all crap. And when people go, I see posts all the time, I'll go, I'm not going to support these Pakistani guys because they're all a-hole terrorists. No, they're not. You know, I'm sick and tired of that mentality, and people just need to cut the crap. So anyways, enough ranting. I will show you the knife, and we'll go over things. Here it is. Look at that. Pretty cool, huh? I'll give you the specs on it. I'll tell you right now, this is based on the Lacy Zasbo Ogre. Lacy Zasbo, if you don't know who he is, he's awesome. He's a designer, he's a fighter, he's a knife, he's really cool. And I'll give you the link in the description below on how you can find him. And he's just badass. And he's very, very innovative and brilliant when it comes to personal defense and weaponry and knives. He just makes some crazy stuff, and he's my kind of guy. He's my kind of knife maker or designer. He doesn't actually, I don't think he actually makes the stuff. I think he designs it and has other people make it. So this is loosely based on the Ogre. The Ogre, by the way, is very expensive, and it's out of my price range, and I really want one. So I always wanted like a deep, wide, beefy, badass Persian. Because currently, right now, the Persian style is my favorite. So the blade at its widest point is 3 inches. It's 5.5 inches long from here to here. and the handle is 4.5 inches long from there to there. So it's roughly 10 inches long. Rosewood handles and mosaic pins. 3 mosaic pins. Well under $100 I paid for it. The blade steel is, I have it over here. My eyes are bad, but the blade steel used was 15 and 20. That's the steel used to make it. It's 1/4 inch thick, and it's pretty cool. It fits me perfectly, and there is a couple of changes that I would have made in hindsight. I would have put some kind of a thumb ramp or some dripping right here, just because the way my thumb sits on it, it's dying for that. It just wants to be right there, and it's just flat. There's nothing there. I didn't put this is, like I said, this is based on the Lacey's Zasbo Ogre, but I've tweaked it out to my needs. But the blade shape is very, very similar to his. Like I said, it screams for a thumb ramp, and I just forgot. In hindsight, I forgot to do that. The choil, there's not really a choil, it's just kind of like that. I probably would have made it angle down a little more, like that, kind of similar to what Marshall does at Marshall 32. Just a little curve, because my finger just wants to go in there, but there's nothing there. It's more like a cleaver, and so I would have done that. And another thing is I would have rounded off this edge. Instead of making it more square, I would have made it more round, because when I hold it, this just wants to dig into my palm, and it doesn't really bother me, but I would have, if I hold it like that, it's not really doing that, but let's say if I'm holding it down further like that, it will dig, but it's no big deal. And I don't want to fix any of those like that myself, on my grinder, because I'm not into like fixing other people's stuff. I just think it's disrespectful. But and also, it could really use a better edge. It's not entirely sharp. It will cut. I don't have anything in front of me to cut, but it's sharp, but it's not as sharp as it could be. So, what I might wind up doing is, since I have, let me show you that again. What I might wind up doing is, I might send it off to Cindric 77, and let him play with this for a week or two, and have him put the edge of sin on it for me, because he's the edge guy to me. He's just awesome. And since I actually have a package going to him, so hopefully you're watching this video, I do have a package coming to you, Brother Cindric. So I might just stick this in the box and have you sharpen it for me, send it back to me. So there's the knife. It's my new custom Persian, and it's just, ooh. And what he also gave me, he included the sheath with it, standard leather sheath. But what he did with the sheath was, if you look, I was looking at it and I'm going, it's got this funny little groove, this funny little notch thing on it right here. And I was wondering what the hell that was, because I'm like, why didn't you just flip it off and make it straight? What he did was, and this is what I like, let me get this little thingy out of the way. When you put it in, watch, when you put it in, boink, it sits right in there really well. And the way he did it was, the pommel, well, where the handle is, or where the pommel usually is, not the pommel, the hilt, where the hilt usually is, it sits in there flush against that little leather notch thing, and he made it nice like that. So yeah, I like that. So that's the Persian, my new Persian, custom Persian. What I would like to possibly do is, I was looking at this the other day, in the actual sheath is maybe getting a new sheath made by somebody, removing this because I'm not crazy about the snap thing, and maybe putting some kind of a Velcro thing, you know, one of those loop things, or maybe just some kind of a different thing, because I don't like the way it snaps. I just don't like that. It's too goofy. And also, I'll give you an example. I was looking at this the other day, last night, and it was sitting on my desk. And I had my D-Man, custom D-Man knife out because I was measuring it, because I'm having a custom. I'm having my friend Sal, who made this knife, he's making me, right now he's making me a folder. A really cool folder that I designed. It's a collab design between me and him, so I needed to know the dimensions of the knife, and it's basically the same size as that D-Man knife. So here's the sheath I bought for it. I bought this sheath to put it in, and I had it sitting on top of the sheath like that last night. So, but I was actually thinking, it was sitting like that, kind of. So I was actually thinking about maybe having a new leather sheath made with some kind of pouch deal on the front of it, and maybe putting some kind of a companion blade in it, or maybe do a series of little pouches and do like a companion blade, maybe a sharpening rod, and a fire steel on the front of it. I just think that would be really cool. Or maybe a slot for a little torch or something. I think that would be neat. So that's a future thing. I actually saw Scott from Wessex Blades do a similar sheath, and I just totally dug it, and that's kind of like where I got the idea from. So yeah, there it is. So I think some of you would appreciate that knife. Marshall, this is kind of totally Marshall style. Me and Marshall, L Marshall 32. I'll have everybody's links in the description box below of who I'm talking about, so you can check out their sites and subscribe to them. They're all really cool quality guys. So that's that. I just love this thing. It's beefy, it's heavy too. And it just needs a really good edge on it. And I am going to make a lanyard for it. I had him drill a lanyard hole for me. I'm going to make a custom lanyard for this. I don't know what colors would be really good with this. I'm thinking maybe coyote brown or something, coyote brown and black or something like that. I don't know. And I don't exactly sure what kind of knot I want to put on it. I like the snake knot lanyards, but they're kind of becoming habitual and ritual. So I'm trying to come up with some other stuff. I'm thinking maybe a DNA helix lanyard. And maybe coyote brown and black or something to put on the end of that. So there it is. My new custom Persian fighter knife. I do have some other, when I get my folder from this gentleman, my Pakistani buddy, I'll show you that. But should have that in the next couple of weeks. And I'll give you his Facebook information. I don't know if he's on YouTube. I don't think he is, but he's on Facebook. That's how I found him. And Facebook is just awesome. I've been really blowing up with Facebook lately. I've re-fired up my Facebook page. And I thought there was a lot of knife makers on YouTube. There's hundreds of knife makers. In the past 2 weeks alone, I've probably made contact with, I kid you not, about 400 to 500 knife and weapons makers / armorers, blacksmiths. Really awesome guys, and also legendary guys like Gil Hibben, and guys like that. I had a couple other names, but I had a mind for it. So that's my video. If you like it, please hit the like button. I really would enjoy that. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. Please comment. I love comments. I love to hear what people have to say. Give me your opinion on Pakistani knives. If you think they suck, tell me if they suck. If you like the knife, tell me that it's cool. Or if you know, tell me what you're thinking. Just say hi to me. I like that. Find your Serene in the mad world. You guys are awesome. I'm out.